on here. It's just interesting because she's hitting into the wind, so you would think most of those balls are going to stay in.
Parris so dangerous off that two-handed backhand, you know, and she disguises it really well. Stratman thinking she was going to go cross court with that. Lauren Stratman looking extremely fit to me. This is as good as I've ever seen her look from a physical standpoint. She's worked really hard physically, and I think it's going to really help her singles game. Oh, that's just too good.
Great angle off that two-handed backhand from Stratman to get the serve on her side, trailing 3-0 here in game 1 of the women's singles round of 16.
I'm a little surprised to see this trend of, in this match so far, the players hitting the return of serve and staying back, and I'm not sure if they're just trying to get a feel for the wind.
I think that might be it, Dave. I think that might be it. You don't want to just rush into the kitchen. I think it could also be because both of them do have such solid drives from the baseline. They may just want to play to their strength as well. Stratman unable to get that backhand dink over the net. It was a great point. Both players at the kitchen, and Parris Todd able to throw in this first game.
Look at the pressure that Parris is putting on Stratman. Yes, she's on the good side. She's downwind, so I don't think Lauren can get discouraged here. You know, it's a big advantage in singles being downwind. But I love how Stratman powered through that forehand return and got the ball deep and came in after it. I think Stratman needs to get to that kitchen line after these returns of serve. She's beaten Lauren now 3 or 4 times on this two-handed backhand down the line, so I think Stratman needs to make an adjustment and read that a little bit better.
It's such a hard shot to execute, that running backhand down the line, because it's so tough to drive it and get the top spin off a low volley from Stratman. Well done from Todd.
Really impressed with Stratman's depth on some of these shots and how she's powering the ball through the wind and putting a lot of pressure on Todd. See if she can do it off her own serve. Yeah, the wind pushes that ball to the right. So Stratman finally on the board here.
Gets her first point on serve, and the wind just coming alive here in Palm Springs. We'll see if it continues to play a role. And that's a great backhand up the line from Lauren Stratman there. The depth, like you said, Dave, keeping Parris Todd back, allowing Lauren to be the aggressor on her own serve.
Winner, the shot of the match so far. That's going to sail long, so Parris Todd in full control here in game one, serving 8-2. And Staksrud just closed out. You can even hear how hard Lauren Stratman is having to work driving those balls into the wind. I think the strategic error that Lauren has made in this game is I don't think she is coming to the kitchen line well enough or often enough after a deep drive like that.
And we just got word from the truck after a nice volley from Lauren Stratman. Just got word from the truck that on the Humana Championship court, Jack Suck has forced a deciding Game 3 against the number 4 seed, Connor Garnett. They're going 3. We'll keep you updated on that as the match progresses.
And there we just saw a really good example of Lauren coming to that line and finishing with a good forehand volley. And that ball was correctly caught long. Lauren is just shocked that some of these balls are sailing so long and so far into the wind, because she's intentionally hitting it that hard. There she comes. I think that's what she has to do. But the unforced error off the backhand didn't help. But I think she's got to come forward after she hits a deep return like that, or any deep ball. She's a very good volleyer.
And that's going to bring game 1 to a close. Parris Todd takes it 11-2 here on Grandstand.
The official ball of the PPA Tour.
Yeah, don't hit me, I'ma fall like face it. None of y'all can stop me saying what we like face it. Shut it down, you know I'm the one to be face it. None of y'all can stop me saying what we like. Yeah, face it. Yeah, face it. Yeah, face it.
Push it more right than she thinks. And she did not make the adjustment there because that ball sailed way long on her first serve. So let's see who can make the adjustment better with these wind conditions here, Will.
That return just sits a little long. Playing with wind, definitely an adjustment on this side.
And Stratman might look to change paddles here on the downwind. I think she's going to go to a paddle that's a little bit lighter so the ball doesn't rocket off as much on this side being downwind. I like that play from her. But what she's got to do is adjust to get a little more topspin on the ball. If she hits it flat or with a little bit of slice, the ball's not going to be able to come down quick enough.
Good placement from Todd there. Stratman at the kitchen. Todd just gets a lot of topspin on that forehand, dips it right over the net.
So a quick 3-0 lead here in game 2 by Todd, playing into the wind. Lauren's got to make this adjustment. She's really struggling here. Very frustrated with herself. Being the intense competitor that she is, she will figure this out.
That's a great return by Stratman there. Gets it deep, very deep in the court. We'll see if she can string some points together here, Dave. Turn the tide of this match.
And that's going to sail long, so a freebie is going to help her cause and get her on the scoreboard here. Let's see if she can build a little momentum here.
What a backhand volley from Lauren Stratman. Just gets that angle, cuts it, gets some spin on it.
One thing I'm going to watch very carefully here in this game is to see if Stratman follows up some of these deep balls that she gets in the back third of the court on Todd's side and then follows it into the kitchen line. Takes control of the point, and that...
I've got that good. Thank you.
Yeah, Parris called it out, and the referee overrules that.
I had that good.
Did you see this?
And it looks like
There's no review.
Parris pretty confident it was out. The ref thought it was in. It looks like Parris Todd's call is going to be overruled. Point awarded to Stratman. She keeps the serve.
This is what I wanted to see out of Stratman in that first game, is follow up some good drives and take control of the point from the kitchen line. Force your opponent to have to hit an incredible pass to beat you. Can't beat yourself. She forgot about the win there, knocking that ball down.
It's so tough to hit that shot when it's so high, because usually if someone drives it, the ball's above your shoulder, it's going to fly. But then that wind, like you're saying, Dave, going to keep it in. But a good run by Stratman, an important run by Stratman here in game 2, ties it up at 4.
We got some paper on the court, so the referee will recall the score here. We are at 4-4 here in game 2. Yep, correctly sails along, correctly called out, and a good leave there by Todd. I think when that ball first went up in the air, Todd had all intentions of hitting it, and the wind just carried it an extra 6 feet. Oh, she's got to control these returns of serve. I think that's the 4th one in this game. All have gone long.
So difficult to play with that wind.
Yeah, that's good pressure there. I like how she came in there after that good drive.
Really just some devastating shot, devastating depth. It's so difficult when your opponent keeps hitting so deep close to the baseline to stay in the point. And we saw that there from Stratman. Well done.
This is what she has to do, Will, to get back in the game. And I think she's realized that. The other thing I'd like to see Lauren do is come over the top a little bit more on some of her drives. Get a little bit more topspin so that ball comes down quicker when she...
That is a great point from Parris Todd coming out of that timeout, hits the backhand up the line. Before she gets the ball, before this side out, we'll update you guys. Jack Sock in the third game taking on Connor Garnett. He is up 6-2 on the Humana Championship court. This would be a massive upset.
And Stratman just not getting enough on that backhand approach there.
And what a forehand down the line, just so aggressive, so deep, so tough to handle for any opponent.
And I like the pressure that she put on Todd by coming in after that. So let's see if she can tie this up here. She's second guessing herself on these backhands, on whether to roll it and drive it or to slice it. There's an example of Stratman making a great decision after that really deep drive, and that's closing to that line and a terrific forehand volley to close out the point. So Stratman gets the ball back here, serving at 5-6, trying to tie this second game up.
Stratman with a little help from the net there, ties it up at 6 here in game 2. Another update from Humana Championship Court. Jack Sock now up 8-2 in the third game against number 4 seed Connor Garnett. Just 3 points away from victory on Humana Championship Court.
We are tied up here on the grandstand.
And that's a great passing shot. A lot of topspin there from Parris Todd on that forehand down the line. Gets the side out, tied at 6-6. That's a good point by Stratman. Kind of resetting after she missed that return. Parris Todd is putting a lot of spin on those shots, had a very spinny backhand. Todd unfazed even with the spin combined with the win. She gets the serve back. And what a backhand from Lauren Stratman, catching the inside of the line there. Ties it up at 7, and we're at a stalemate here, Dave, late into game 2.
I really like that shot by Stratman, knowing that the wind was going to push that ball to her right. I would come in. Here she comes.
And what a backhand volley. Stratman on the move, able to control that backhand volley. And Dave, I got to hand it to you. You were right there. Stratman takes the lead here late in game 2, and that's a timeout called by Parris Todd.
Take this game 2 and force a deciding game 3. And here she comes, Will.
And what a volley. Forehand volley gets it done. Stratman goes up 9-7. She's definitely got the momentum now, being the aggressor at the kitchen line.
That's going to sail way out. Wind didn't even touch that. And that gets Stratman to a game point here.
And Parris Todd gets it done with the backhand pass. That's a big point. Gets the serve back down 7-10 here in game 2. And a huge update from the Humana Championship court. Jack Sock has done it. He's taken down Connor Garnett with a convincing 11-2 display in game 3.
Oh, that's just too good from Parris Todd.
What a shot from Parris Todd there, that forehand. It was a great forehand angle from Lauren Stratman. Todd able to get there, curve it in with that topspin. We'll see if she can rattle off some points to tie this game 2 at 10.
So we will have a timeout in Rancho Mirage. Incredible day. Oh, and a great two-handed backhand pass down the line that Todd cannot handle. So Stratman with the ball back in her hands with a game point. Stays back.
And this one is going 3. What an effort from Lauren Stratman.
Brand new ball here. So every game the players are using a brand new Vulcan ball, which I think is great. And an interesting side note, Julian Arnold, her coach and boyfriend, has decided to sit in the stands instead of on her bench. Usually we see him on her bench, so that's interesting. And Lauren doing a good job taking control of that kitchen line there with that excellent punch forehand volley.
And she'll have a chance to get some points of her own on serve here, trailing 0-1.
I'm surprised Todd not coming in after that deep return.
And it looks like...
I saw it a little long. I thought that was correctly called. Lauren just shocked that that ball didn't stay in. I mean, the wind really didn't touch it. As soon as she hit that, the wind kind of died down. And with any breeze at all, that ball is in.
Of course.
I mean, she hit that exactly the way she wanted to.
And the change in direction from Parris Todd on the forehand, able to force the air there from Lauren Stratman. Gives her a 2-0 lead here early in game 3.
That's trouble.
That, and you see, you may not have been able to see it on the stream, but 2 high bounces off the court that favor Parris Todd, allow her to take advantage in that point. Just unlucky for Lauren Stratman there.
Oh, that was really close. Stratman not appealing to the referee there, so she agreed. So Todd with a early lead here, downwind.
Just devastating ball making from Lauren Stratman there on that point. Well done by Todd to stay in it for that long, but just unable to get Stratman off the attack. We'll see if she can get some points here.
That sails long with the wind.
And Stratman gets on the board here in game 3. It's 1-4.
Oh, great depth on that from Stratman. Does very well into singles in pickleball, so she's had some tremendous success in her first year on the singles side. All right, we are back live.
And what a shot, what a get from Lauren Stratman. The forehand cross court, so hard to stop at the net on the run. What a shot that is at a crucial point in this match. Brings her to within 1 here in game 3.
So after Todd takes a 4-0 lead to start the game, Stratman with 3 consecutive points into the wind. And that's gonna sail long with that wind. So that gets us all square here. Stratman with a big advantage if she can get to 6 and make the turn and then play the second half of this game downwind. And that's gonna sail long. So Stratman gets the forehand volley that she wanted and just could not execute. Very disappointed with herself right now with her hands on her hips.
We'll see if Parris Todd can take advantage here. 4-4.
Let's go.
Great hustle.
And what a point. What an unfortunate way for that point to end. Parris Todd gets some help from the net. She was running all around. Credit to her for staying in it. Lauren Stratman definitely had the advantage at the net. But a great play all around from both players, Dave.
Yeah, excellent scrambling and defense by Parris Todd just to stay in that point.
Let's go.
And that returned a close one on the line. Called out. Looks like it was out on the replay. Always tough to call when it's moving. 6-4, Parris Todd leading. And that's a big point for Parris Todd right there on serve. Makes it 7-4 here in this deciding game of round of 16 women's singles. And forehand lands long from Stratman. getting pushed back.
So now Todd in full control here, serving at 8-1 in this decided game 3. I think the wind's going to push that wide, so we're at 9-4. Stratman will call timeout here.
And in game 3 here, Parris Todd leads Lauren Stratman 9-4. Stratman gets the side out. See if she can make a run here.
That's been a really effective shot for Lauren this whole match, is that cross-court slice forehand that just dips and doesn't bounce up, it just dies. And Parris has had trouble reading that. She hasn't been able to catch up to it. So good job by Stratman, recognize that and creating that opportunity. So let's see if she can get off 5 here.
And get off 5 is what she does. Todd's backhand goes into the net, makes it 6-9. Lauren Stratman serving, trying to claw her way back into this 3rd game.
And forgetting about the wind, tries to drive it really deep, gets a little bit greedy, and that sails long. So Parris trying to get to that all-important 10. That's a great read by Stratman, knowing and reading that Todd two-handed backhand was going down the line. Lauren starts moving to her right before Parris even hit that ball. And this is what Stratman needs, a couple of easy ones to get back in this match. And that day you play. So the players know exactly when they're gonna play. Oh, and this ball does not bounce.
Unfortunate for Parris Todd.
And it wasn't any spin that Lauren put on it. It was just the wind gusted right at the time that the ball bounced. Oh, and we've seen 3 freebies in a row. So we are all tied up here. High drama here on the grandstand court right now.
That is a great shot by Parris Todd. So heavy, that forehand, so much topspin on it. And it's such a key moment too, right after Stratman had tied it at 9. We'll see who's gonna get off 9 first here in this 3rd game. Todd to serve.
She can't get greedy on this return downwind. Oh, and she got the forehand volley she wanted and just overcooked it a bit. So that gets Todd to match point, serving into the wind to Stratman.